When you combine ignorance and leverage, you get some pretty interesting results. The business schools reward difficult, complex behavior more than simple behavior, but simple behavior is more effective. Look at market fluctuations as your friend rather than your enemy. Profit from folly rather than participate in it. We're still in a recession. We're not gonna be out of it for a while, but we will get out. Wide diversification is only required when investors do not understand what they are doing. There seems to be some perverse human characteristic that likes to make easy things difficult. If past history was all there was to the game, the richest people would be librarians. Time is the friend of the wonderful company, the enemy of the mediocre. Should you find yourself in a chronically leaking boat, energy devoted to changing vessels is likely to be more productive than energy devoted to patching leaks. If you get to my age in life and nobody thinks well of you, I don't care how big your bank account is, your life is a disaster. I just think that when a country needs more income, and we do, we're only taking in 15% of GDP. I mean, that when a country needs more income, they should get it from the people that have it. Americans are in a cycle of fear which leads to people not wanting to spend and not wanting to make investments, and that leads to more fear. We'll break out of it. It takes time. In the business world, the rearview mirror is always clearer than the windshield. You only have to do a very few things right in your life, so long as you don't do too many things wrong. It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction. Rule no. 1. Never lose money. Rule no. 2. Never forget rule no. 1. Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. When a management with a reputation for brilliance tackles a business with a reputation for bad economics, it is the reputation of the business that remains intact. I think the most important factor in getting out of the recession actually is just the regenerative capacity of American capitalism. I am a huge bull on this country. We will not have a double-dip recession at all. I see our businesses coming back almost across the board. You have no ability, if you're a financial institution and you're threatened with criminal prosecution, you have no ability to negotiate. I sent one email in my life. I sent it to Jeff Rakes at Microsoft, and it ended up in court in Minneapolis, so I am 1 for 1. We always live in an uncertain world. What is certain is that the United States will go forward over time. Today, people who hold cash equivalents feel comfortable. They shouldn't. They have opted for a terrible long-term asset, one that pays virtually nothing and is certain to depreciate in value. Of the billionaires I have known, money just brings out the basic traits in them. If they were jerks before they had money, they are simply jerks with $1 billion. The big question about how people behave is whether they've got an inner scorecard or an outer scorecard. It helps if you can be satisfied with an inner scorecard. I bought a company in the mid-90s called Dexter Shoe and paid $400 million for it. And it went to zero. And I gave about $400 million worth of Berkshire stock, which is probably now worth $400 billion. But I've made lots of dumb decisions. That's part of the game. I never attempt to make money on the stock market. I buy on the assumption that they could close the market the next day and not reopen it for 5 years. Your premium brand had better be delivering something special, or it's not going to get the business. The rich are always going to say that, just give us more money and we'll go out and spend more, and then it will all trickle down to the rest of you. But that has not worked the last 10 years, and I hope the American public is catching on. There are 309 million people out there that are trying to improve their lot in life. And we've got a system that allows them to do it.
Please like and subscribe my channel for upcoming videos.